Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mark here. Let's talk some ADA, Cardano. All right, we're looking at the market right now, and quite frankly, it's starting to rebound, but right now it's still in the red, I guess you could say overall. These are the bubbles that are looking at the top 100 cryptos. And for Cardano, the big thing here right now, guys, is some comments from Charles Hoskinson. I'm going to get into that, and then at the end of this video, I'll give you guys my thoughts on these statements, okay? And it's going to tie in a little bit of American politics as well as what's going on right here and kind of globally. It really does matter for everyone. So let's get down into it. And if you haven't done so, guys, make sure you all subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's talk some crypto, okay? Now, I have the crypto bubbles pulled up, and please remember, this is not financial advice, but I wanted to share with you guys kind of my thoughts. I'm just sitting on my patio right now, and quite frankly, it's just too nice of a day to be inside recording videos. So I want to share with you guys some ADA, and let's get into it. All right, but this is what we're looking at. And if we bring up the list, okay, you can see right now Cardano, it's in 11th right now. So Toncoin surpassing Cardano. That's kind of been the story of the summer, I guess. But Toncoin on a 17.7% dip right now. So a lot of that kind of tied into what's going on a little bit with them. But we're going to talk about ADA. And right now, if we look at the chart, 36.7 is the current price. So we've been relatively stable on the day, flat, down only 1%, roughly a little bit below that. Have had a nice week though, 7.7% up on the week, and overall, guys, the year still in the green for Cardano. I do want to share with you guys the trading view, and these are kind of my metrics that I look at. Okay, so these orange lines are going to be the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 150-day moving averages. So you can see right now, still basically below the majority of that, the ones that we do care about. And we have traded above the 20 and the 50-day, which that's kind of what you want to see first. That is kind of the tip of the iceberg. We're starting to form this nice little W right here. So from that, guys, you can obviously see where this arrow's headed. That's kind of the signal that I look for if we're really going to turn bullish. But getting above this blue line that we're just starting to fail to break through, you can see how, I'll zoom in for you guys real quick. You can see here on this blue line that I've drawn, not that one, sorry. So this royal blue line right here, you can see how we started to cross over, and then boom, we dipped below, and now at 36 cents, we got rejected at around 38 and change, almost 39 cents. But the big thing here for us is getting above this one here, okay? This is where I look for. It's actually more so a little bit above this, probably more around 43, 44 cents. That's where Cardano needs to get back to, and then we can start trading, consolidating, and waiting for that next breakout, okay? That's just my 2 cents within what Cardano's doing on the chart. Obviously, you can form your own conclusion, but this is kind of the nuts and bolts of the whole video I wanted to put together for you guys. Hoskinson is fearing dystopia in the death of American crypto if Kamala Harris is elected. Now, I tell you guys I don't use my platform to talk politics, but we will talk crypto, and in terms of crypto, this is very relevant because you're starting to see the shifting, right? The shifting of using crypto as a election tactic, a catalyst, if you will, to gain and garner votes. And I think this is something where the Democrats are really starting to shift their stance on this as we get deeper into election season and closer to November. And this is going to play a huge role because we've already seen the softening of interest rates proposed. September is supposed to be the huge month for that. We'll see how the markets react, but the biggest story right now is who's going to be elected president in November, because if you've watched my videos, you know how I feel about Q4, Q1 of 2025, and Q2. That's kind of that 9-month window where I really look for crypto to have its explosion, okay? Obviously, just my thoughts. It's not the gospel. It's not financial advice. It's something where I don't have that crystal ball that we all covet here in the space. But if I did have to tell you guys my prediction, that's kind of that 9-month window that we're going to start to open up. Now, this is where Hoskinson believes that if Kamala was to win victory in November, that would be bad for the United States. I 100% agree, not just for reasons outside of crypto, but it would be a death knell for crypto industry in the United States. So this is the quote used by him. It's clear that if Trump wins, Robert Kennedy Jr. will be part of his administration, and the United States will be pro-crypto. 100% agree. I truly hope we get to see that day. The alternative is a bleak and dystopian American with state-sponsored censorship, mega corporations running all U.S. policy, the death of American cryptocurrency, and endless wars. Gonna have to kind of agree with this. It's very much a one-sided stance, but I think he's very objective, okay? And You know, you could have your issues that you want to vote for, right? There's a lot of one issue voters out there. I'm not a one issue crypto voter, but for the state of crypto right now, and the choice of the candidates, I kind of think it's plain, clear, and simple. Okay, you know, especially if the other side involves higher taxes, you know, higher reasons to have more inflation. And the thing that really scares me about politics right now is the proposed $25,000 with some stipulations per American to start a household, to start the American dream, to buy a first-time home purchase. That's very similar to what we saw back in 2008 before the financial crisis that ensued shortly thereafter. Okay, that's kind of my big fear, and we all know who was, you know, basically at the forefront of that. A lot of people attribute it to, you know, paying for the wars, causing that back end. But say what you want, I do think though that we were very lenient within borrowing, and allowing people to buy homes is a great thing. I want every American, I want everybody worldwide to have a home, to have that American dream. But on the other side of that coin, you have to be able to afford it, because if the government has to pay for it, that's what causes reckless abandon. That's what causes the money printers to turn on, and then in turn, inflation goes up, and then so on and so forth. It's a domino effect, okay? So I don't want to see that happen. I don't think that Trump can solve all the issues. I kind of agree with that as well. This is where he goes on to say he continues to believe that the U.S. government cannot be fixed by a presidential election, and our only path forward is a constitutional convention. But I also believe that a unity in government with Kennedy, Trump, and others that are like-minded will be able to slow down the horrors that await us. Okay, so very much kind of on the ball of what I wanted to talk about here in this piece. It was a little bit into politics, but if we're going to talk Cardano here, we have to talk Hoskinson, and the Cardano price is going to be directly, you know, in response to, I think, who's in office come November, or for that matter, when they actually take office in the early part of in 2025. So those are all things to keep into the equation, right? I know that there's big issues that are going to be on the ballot this year. We have abortion, we have, you know, the likes of just women's rights. We have a lot of things happening within the wars, the conflicts in the Middle East, with what's going on with Palestine and Israel. But that's just to name a few. And I don't want to single out one issue, because I'm not going to do that with crypto, because I think that there's so much more to this election, and it's more so just having it's an election for mentality. I want to go back to being an American, so to speak. And I just, quite frankly, think it's not COVID's fault that we're here stuck where we are at today. I know the S&P is doing phenomenal. I know that the stock markets are doing phenomenal. You could make the case that Bitcoin's at all-time highs, and they're probably going to use that argument. But right here front and center, I think that the problem isn't right now the state, but it's a state of another 4 years in that regime, is why it's so important, I think, to have the right individual elected. So that's what we're going with. That's my story. If you haven't done so, please make sure you guys all subscribe down below on your way out of this video. Cardano, though, trading at 36 cents. Like I said, the big number here for me is we need to get back into that 43, 44 cents, and then really establish that as our floor, because when we do get this catalyst, right, I don't think it's going to be a crypto winter. I think we're going to have kind of that season, that 9-month window, Q4, Q1, Q2 of 2025, and that's what I'm keyed in on. That's how I'm kind of gearing all of my crypto trades and everything that I have within my wallets. I'm really centered on those 9 months of time, okay? Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.